If you've been dreaming of a trip to Central America, but you want to make sure it's fun and interesting and not just a beach vacation, then stay tuned because I have some recommendations I think you're going to love. Hi, it's Stephanie, aka The Viatrix. Welcome back to my channel for another Q&A Tuesday. It's my favorite day of the week. And this week I have a question from Katie who wants to know what's a fun Central American vacation that's not just an all-inclusive beach resort. Katie, that's a great question. I love it. It's such a great part of the world. They do have amazing beaches, but there's so much more. I love that you asked this, so let's dive in. Okay, first I have 3 places in Mexico for you. Now, my husband says that Mexico is North America, but it looks like Central America on the map to me, so I'm throwing it in here. Plus, Mexico is totally amazing. And one of my favorite places in Mexico, or anywhere in the world for that matter, is Mexico City. So, fun fact, Mexico City actually has more museums than any other city in the world. So that means that, of course, there's a ton to do. I mean, you could spend a whole week, you could spend much longer, but you could definitely fill up a week just going to all the museums and eating all of the tacos, which is my favorite thing to do in Mexico City, along with exploring neighborhoods like Roma, Condesa. There's really cool places to explore there. So if you want something that's more of a big city vibe, Mexico City is an incredible place. So if you haven't been to Mexico City, get yourself to Mexico City. Okay, so number 2 on my list for Mexico is the Yucatan Peninsula, which I think is a great option because it has a little bit of everything. You do have the beaches if you want them. It's famous for that. But you've also got amazing Mayan ruins and history, places like Chichen Itza, for example. And you've also got colonial towns like Merida and Valladolid, so you can kind of combine and do, you know, a little bit more of a city thing with the beach thing. And there's nature too. You've got Celestún, where you can go see flamingos. You've got the Siancán Biosphere Reserve, which is the mangroves, and there's great beaches there as well. You've got the cenotes, which are the sinkholes. You can swim in those or kayak in some of them. There's a bunch of them all over the region. You've got great snorkeling along the Mesoamerican Reef. So there's really a lot of options and something to keep everybody happy. The third spot in Mexico is another one of my favorites, and that's Oaxaca. Oaxaca is a beautiful colonial city, and it is kind of what you think of when you think of Mexican culture, is sort of how I like to explain it. It just feels like Mexico when you're there. It has a lot of tradition and history. It's known for its food. The food's fantastic, actually. There's ruins right outside of the city. That's true of Mexico City as well, which I forgot to mention earlier. There's an amazing craft scene there because of all the traditional culture. You have these craft villages all around the Oaxaca region. Each one specializes in a different craft. So you could go to one and see embroidery. You could go to one and see pottery or woodworking. They're all different. And another great thing in the towns around Oaxaca is that they have these weekly indigenous markets, which are just so cool to browse. Again, you can see the crafts, you can try really great food. So it's just an awesome spot. So if you want something that has a lot of culture but isn't a big city like Mexico City, I think Oaxaca would be a fantastic option. I highly recommend it. Okay, as you know, I always like to throw in somewhere that I haven't been, and on this list, that's number 4, which is Panama City. I do know people who have been and who have really loved it, so I think that could be it's kind of a more off the beaten path and up and coming kind of vibe, so if that's what you're looking for, I think this would be a great option. Panama City has a colonial old town that's UNESCO listed. It's also UNESCO listed for its food, which who knew? I did not know that, but it makes me want to go even more. And there's also a rainforest park right in town, so you can get some nature. And the Panama Canal is nearby as well, so you could go check that out. Could be a cool long weekend. Okay, number 5 on my list is Costa Rica, which is an incredible destination. I've been there several times. It's most known for nature. I, of course, have been there for bird watching. If you know me, you know I'm a nerd and I have done a lot of bird watching in my life. It is great for that. but it's really well known for kind of ecotourism. And so if you want nature, this is definitely the place that I would recommend. It does have great beaches as well. You've got the beaches on the Caribbean side, and then on the Pacific side, you've got the bigger waves, and it's becoming known for surfing. I've done that there. I've learned to surf down on the Nicoya Peninsula. It's a great place for that. You can go check out the Arenal volcano. There's cloud forest. You can do some wildlife spotting. The Central Highlands, where they grow coffee, are really nice too. So there is more of kind of a nature and scenery focus, but there's still a lot of variety within that, which I think makes it a fantastic destination. Okay, last on my list is Cartagena in Colombia, which is technically South America, but it is a very easy flight. So Cartagena is another colonial city, and it's a lot of fun. It's very colorful. The buildings are all painted with their wooden balconies, and they're all dripping with bougainvillea, which is so beautiful to just walk around and enjoy. Lots of music everywhere in the streets. I actually really loved the shopping in Cartagena. There's great boutiques and some local crafts, things like that, that are a lot of fun. You can sit on the city walls and have sunset drinks, get some great ceviche, visit the fortress outside of town. So there's a lot of great options. It's fantastic for a long weekend, I would say. And if you do want to build in a little bit of beach time, the Rosario Islands nearby are a good option. We did that just as a day excursion that's easy to set up, but there are some nice hotels opening up if you wanted a couple nights out there for a little relaxing time. So that's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are still trying to decide on a destination, make sure you click the link in the description box below. I have a great freebie that will walk you through the process that I use to help clients decide on destinations when they're feeling stuck. So if that's you, I think you're gonna love it. I'll link it below. And with that, I'll say thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next week on another Travel Tuesday. Ciao for now.